What if everything you've ever dreamed of could be yours, not through luck, but by simply changing one thing? What if the key to your success, your happiness, and your life's fulfillment was already in your hands, just waiting for you to unlock it? You've been searching for answers, for the right path, for that one breakthrough moment. But the truth is, the breakthrough isn't out there somewhere. It's already within you, and it's waiting to be awakened by the habits you choose to create today. Look around at the life you're living right now, the person you've become, the actions you take daily, the way you think, the habits you form. They've all shaped the life you have. But here's the powerful part. You have the ability to change that. You have the power to redefine your future, starting with the smallest of actions. Every success, every dream you've ever wanted starts with the habits you build today. You might be feeling stuck. Maybe you've tried before and nothing seems to change. Maybe you've faced setbacks or you're tired of trying. It's easy to lose hope, to feel like success is for someone else, that it's too far out of reach. But that's not the truth. The truth is, you're not broken, you're not lost. You simply haven't tapped into the real power you possess, the power of habit. Think about the people you admire most, the ones who seem to have it all: success, purpose, fulfillment. Do you think they got there by chance? Do you think they woke up one day and everything fell into place? No, they got there because of the daily habits they formed. Small, consistent actions repeated over time turned their lives into something extraordinary, and you have that same potential within you. Right now, you might not see it. You might feel overwhelmed by the idea of change. But imagine this. What if you could start today with one small habit, one tiny change that would compound over time, growing bigger and bigger until it transformed your entire life? One habit, that's all it takes. And I'm here to tell you that you have the strength to make that change. You don't need to change everything all at once. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to take the first step. You need to decide that you're ready to stop waiting for some distant future and start creating the life you've always wanted right now. This moment is the perfect moment to start building your future. And here's the best part. The moment you begin, the momentum you create will carry you forward. It won't be easy, and it won't always be fun. But nothing worth having ever comes easy. What you'll find, though, is that as you build these habits, they start to build you. They shape the person you're becoming. They transform your mindset, your energy, your confidence. You see, success isn't something that happens in a single moment. It's something you build, one action at a time, day by day, with every small habit you form. And right now, today, you have the chance to create those habits, to step into the person you've always dreamed of becoming. So stay with me. Stay through this journey, because what you'll learn here can change everything. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to take control of your habits and, in turn, your future. It's not going to be easy, but I promise you it will be worth it. The life you've always dreamed of is within reach, and it all begins with the habits you choose to form right now. You might be wondering, why habits? What makes them so powerful that they can transform your entire life? It's simple. Habits are the invisible force that guide everything you do. They shape your mindset, your actions, and even your identity. Every decision you make, from the moment you wake up to the moment you fall asleep, is driven by habits. And the scary part? Most of them are automatic. You don't even think about them. Your habits are in control. But here's the truth. When you take control of your habits, you take control of your life. Think about the things you do without thinking: brushing your teeth, checking your phone, drinking that first cup of coffee. These actions are so ingrained in your routine that they don't require effort. Your brain loves this kind of efficiency. But while these automatic behaviors might seem harmless, they can also hold you back. Without realizing it, you could be operating on a series of habits that are limiting your potential, keeping you stuck in the same place day after day. Now imagine you could rewire those habits. What if you could replace the habits that are holding you back with the ones that will move you forward? It's not a pipe dream. It's entirely within your grasp. Science shows that your brain has the ability to form new neural pathways, to create new habits, and to replace old, unhelpful patterns with positive ones. But it requires one thing: intentionality. You have to choose it. You have to decide that you're ready to take control of your mind and your actions. The beauty of habits is that once they're established, they work for you, not against you. Imagine waking up every morning with a sense of purpose because you've built habits that support your goals, habits that fuel your ambition, Habits that make you stronger, healthier, more focused. That's what successful people do. It's not luck or magic. It's the power of small, deliberate actions repeated over time. They create habits that propel them forward, and they stick with them even when the going gets tough. The question is, what habits are you allowing to define your life right now? Are they habits that lift you up, or are they habits that weigh you down? Are you spending your days scrolling mindlessly through distractions? Or are you building skills, learning, growing? Are you letting fear dictate your actions? Or are you stepping into your power and taking action, no matter how small? This is the most empowering realization you can have. Success is not a result of talent or circumstance. It's a result of the habits you choose. It's the small things you do every day that compound over time to create massive change. Your habits are the foundation of your future, and you can choose today to build a better one. What would your life look like if you started building habits that were aligned with your highest vision? What if you could wake up every day with a sense of excitement, knowing that the actions you take are leading you closer to your dreams? It all starts with one simple step, one habit, and it's not as difficult as it seems. Every single person has the power to change. You have the ability to choose your habits, to rewire your brain, and to start building the future you deserve. But you must take responsibility. You must acknowledge that where you are right now is a result of the habits you've created so far, and that where you'll be in the future depends entirely on the habits you create starting today. The power is in your hands. You hold the pen to your own story. You are the architect of your destiny, and all it takes is one decision to make your habits work for you, not against you. What if I told you that the key to unlocking your potential doesn't lie in grand, sweeping gestures, but in the smallest, simplest actions you take every day? We often think that success is some monumental event, a big breakthrough that comes when we least expect it. But the truth is, the path to greatness is built step by step, habit by habit. Every small action repeated consistently builds the foundation for the life you've always dreamed of. Success is not some distant mountain. It's a series of small hills that you climb one day at a time, and those hills are made of your habits. You've heard the phrase, small steps lead to big changes, but do you truly understand its power? Imagine a single act, a simple habit, like waking up an hour earlier, reading just a few pages every morning, or exercising for just 15 minutes. These might seem insignificant at first, but over time they begin to compound. They start to transform you from the inside out. Each step, no matter how small, carries you closer to a version of yourself you've only dreamed about. And this is not a theory, it's backed by science. It's how change happens, incrementally, powerfully, unstoppably. So many people live their lives in search of some external event that will change everything. A promotion, a perfect moment, a sign from the universe. But the truth is, the transformation you're waiting for is not going to come from the outside. It's going to come from within, from the habits you choose to adopt and embrace every single day. You don't need a perfect moment. You just need the courage to take the first step and trust that the compound effect of those small intentional actions will lead you exactly where you want to go. It might feel difficult at first. It might even feel pointless when you start, but that's because we live in a world where instant gratification is the norm. We've been conditioned to expect results now, to seek immediate rewards. But true transformation doesn't work that way. Real success is born in patience. It's born in the struggle and the quiet persistence of showing up day after day, even when the world doesn't seem to notice. But here's the thing, the world may not notice at first, but you will. You'll feel the difference within yourself. You'll see it in the way your confidence grows, in the way your focus sharpens, in the way your energy shifts. Your habits will start to align with the person you're becoming. And once that shift happens, once you start seeing the fruits of your labor, you'll never look back. It won't be about waiting for success anymore. It will be about knowing that you are success. You are the result of your habits, and every day you're becoming a stronger, more resilient version of yourself. Your habits are not just actions. They are reflections of who you are and who you're becoming. If you want to change your life, you have to change the way you live, moment by moment. You have to choose the habits that will move you toward your goals, even when the path isn't clear. Success doesn't come from knowing exactly how everything will unfold. It comes from trusting that by staying consistent, you'll eventually get there. You might be scared. You might doubt yourself. But let me tell you this, the fear you feel is a sign that you're on the right path. because it's only when you push yourself beyond what's comfortable that you truly grow. The hardest part isn't the change itself. It's the decision to take that first step, to choose your habits, to take ownership of your journey. The truth is, the moment you decide to take control, you already begin to change. And with each step, you're building a life that reflects your true potential. You have the power, you have the strength, and it all begins with the habits you choose to create right now. The choice is yours. Will you take the first step today? You are capable of more than you realize. Right now, deep inside, you have untapped potential just waiting to be unleashed. And the truth is, the only thing standing between you and a life you've always dreamed of is the consistent effort you put in today. It's easy to think that success comes from big, bold decisions, but in reality, it's built on the small, everyday choices you make. It's the habits you form, the ones you repeat when no one is watching, that create the life you're destined for. You might look at successful people and think they're somehow different from you. Maybe they have more resources, more time, or more luck. But let me ask you this. How did they get to where they are? They didn't wake up one day with it all handed to them. They got there because they built habits that supported their growth. Even when it felt hard, even when they didn't have all the answers, they stayed committed. They stayed consistent. And that's exactly what you can do too. Every habit you form, every small change you make is a vote for the person you're becoming. If you want to be more focused, more disciplined, more successful, you must make those habits a part of your identity. They must be non-negotiable, something you do because they align with who you want to become. It's not about making huge changes all at once. It's about taking tiny, meaningful steps each day that, over time, add up to extraordinary progress. Right now, the most important question you can ask yourself is, what kind of person do I want to become? The habits you form today are the building blocks of that future. Do you want to be the kind of person who wakes up early, who takes charge of their day, who sets goals and crushes them? You can start with one small habit that aligns with that vision. It's not about having it all figured out. It's about making that first choice, then that next one, and then the one after that. One habit at a time, one step at a time. What's incredible about habits is that they don't just change the outcome, they change you as a person. When you start to show up for yourself consistently, you begin to believe in yourself in ways you never thought possible. You become someone who takes action, someone who pushes through the fear and uncertainty, someone who refuses to settle for less than their best. And that transformation, that quiet, unstoppable change is what leads to success. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to have it all figured out. All you need is the commitment to get started, to take that first step, to build momentum. With every habit you form, you build confidence. With every small victory, you gain strength. And with every day that you show up, you get one step closer to the life you desire. It's a process. It takes time, but the results, the transformation you'll experience are worth it. The truth is, the most successful people aren't necessarily the most talented or the most gifted. They're the ones who commit to their habits. They're the ones who make small improvements every day. They're the ones who show up even when it's tough, even when they want to quit. And that's the kind of person you're becoming. You have the power to change, to grow, to step into a version of yourself that you've always dreamed of. But it starts with your habits. It starts today. So ask yourself, what's one small change you can make right now, this very moment, that will set you on the path to your future? What action can you take today that will build a life you want tomorrow? The journey begins with the first step. It starts with you. Every time you take action, no matter how small, you are shaping your future. You are building the life you want, piece by piece, habit by habit. And here's the thing, the more consistent you are, the more powerful that momentum becomes. The habits you form today are the very things that will pull you towards success tomorrow. But consistency is key. It's easy to start strong, to get excited about a new habit or a fresh goal, but where real transformation happens is in the moments when the excitement fades and all you have left is your commitment. This is where most people falter. When the initial rush of motivation wears off, they give up, believing that success was never meant for them. But here's the secret. True success doesn't require a constant surge of motivation. It doesn't require you to feel on fire every single day. What it does require is a decision to show up even when you don't feel like it, even when the results aren't immediately obvious. It requires a decision to trust the process, to believe that your habits are doing the work even when you can't see the results yet. The reality is every action you take today, no matter how small, is an investment in your future. It's easy to think that the things you do today don't matter, that they're insignificant, but that's a lie. Every habit, no matter how simple, has a ripple effect that will transform your life over time. Each time you wake up a little earlier, each time you read a page of a book, each time you push through a moment of doubt, you are creating a future that's aligned with your highest vision. What if you stopped waiting for motivation to hit you? What if you decided to take action anyway, even when it feels hard, even when it feels like the world is against you? The truth is, the more you practice discipline, the stronger your willpower becomes. Your habits are like muscles. The more you work them, the stronger they get. And the stronger they get, the easier it becomes to make the choices that lead to success. It's not about being perfect. It's about showing up. It's about doing the work. Even when you're tired, even when it's uncomfortable, even when no one is watching. You have the power to create the life you want, but that power is activated through your actions. It's not enough to dream. You must act. And here's the beauty of it. The more you act, the more those actions become automatic. What once required effort and intention becomes second nature. The habits that once felt difficult become part of who you are. And before you know it, you've transformed your life. It's not magic, it's consistency. It's showing up every day and making small, deliberate choices that add up to massive results. The path to success isn't about waiting for the right time. It's about making the time. It's about choosing to be disciplined, even when you're not inspired. And the more you do this, the more success will follow you. The more you invest in your habits today, the more you will see the return on that investment tomorrow. Your habits are the bridge between who you are now and who you want to become. And every choice you make, every step you take is moving you closer to that future. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to have it all figured out. All you need to do is take that first step, then the next, and the next. Keep building those habits. Keep showing up and trust that over time, your efforts will compound. You're not just creating habits, you're creating a life that is a direct result of the choices you make every single day. The time to act is now. The time to build your future is today. Imagine for a moment that your habits are the blueprint for the life you're building. Each decision you make, every small habit you implement is like a brick in the foundation of your future. So the question becomes, what kind of foundation are you building? If you want to see lasting change, if you want to create a life filled with purpose, fulfillment, and success, you have to understand that the key to all of it lies within your daily actions. It's not about what happens on the big days. It's about the choices you make when there's no spotlight, when no one is watching, when it's just you, your goals, and the habits you choose to practice. Every moment you choose to work toward your goals, no matter how small that moment seems, you are training yourself to be the person who accomplishes great things. This is where success starts, in those quiet, small moments. And just like a muscle, the more you train your mind and body to show up, to do the work, the stronger you become. Over time, what once felt like a challenge becomes a habit. It becomes part of who you are. It's easy to get discouraged when the results aren't immediate. But remember, it's not about the instant payoff. It's about the slow, steady accumulation of effort. Imagine a tiny seed. When you plant it, you don't see it grow overnight. It takes time. But every day, that seed is working beneath the surface, reaching for the light. It's breaking through the soil, growing roots, preparing itself to blossom. And just like that seed, your habits are working for you even when you don't see the results right away. But if you keep showing up, if you keep planting those seeds, you will see them grow. You will watch your life blossom into something extraordinary. The truth is, the life you want isn't something you have to chase. It's something you build. Every time you choose to take a step forward, even when it feels like nothing is changing, you are building your future. Your habits are the key. They're the bridge that connects where you are now with the life you've always dreamed of. And each time you take action, no matter how small, you move closer to that dream. This is the power of consistency. It's not about giant leaps. It's about the steady, daily steps you take to get where you want to be. Now, think about this. What if you stop focusing on everything that isn't working, everything that feels out of reach? What if instead you focused on the small actions that can change everything? It doesn't matter where you've been or where you are now. What matters is the decision you make today, the choice you make to create a habit that serves you. This moment right now, is your opportunity. The path to success is already in front of you. It's not a path of perfection, nor is it a path without obstacles. It's a path built on resilience, on showing up even when the journey is long, and on understanding that every small habit you form is one step closer to the life you're meant to live. So ask yourself, what habit can you start today that will take you one step closer to your goals? The answer isn't far away. It's in the small, simple choices you make right now. You have the power to shape your future. You have the power to create the habits that will lead you to your dreams. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Don't wait for motivation to strike. The moment to act is now, and with every habit you build, you are creating the life you deserve. The question is, what will you build today? You are not bound by your past. You are not defined by the habits you've carried with you up until this moment. In fact, right now, you have the opportunity to create a new version of yourself. It's easy to look at where you've been and think that it's too late, that the habits you built over time are set in stone. But that's not true. Every single day, you are a living, breathing example of change in motion. The choices you make today can break the chains of your past and forge a path toward the future you desire. The habits you create now can set the foundation for everything you'll become. It's tempting to believe that change is too difficult, that it's too late to start over. But let's be real for a moment. Where you are today is the sum of the decisions you made in the past. And if you're unhappy with where you are, you have the power to change that. You have the power to choose a new path. But that path is built one step at a time, one habit at a time. Don't let the mistakes of yesterday hold you back from the potential of today. The past doesn't have to dictate your future. You are in control of the story you write from here on out. What would it look like if you stopped waiting for permission to become the person you've always wanted to be? What if you took full responsibility for your life, for the habits that shape your days, and for the actions you take from this moment forward? You are capable of more than you know, and the only thing standing between you and your goals is the choice to start. It's time to stop waiting for the perfect moment. The perfect moment doesn't exist. The only moment that matters is now, right here, right now. You don't need a grand plan, and you don't need to know exactly how everything will unfold. All you need is the willingness to start, to take one action today, one small habit that moves you toward the life you want. It could be as simple as setting aside 10 minutes to work on your dreams, writing down one goal, or taking one action that scares you. The point is to start, to take the first step, because once you take that first step, you're already on the path to change. The power of habits is that they compound. Every action you take builds upon the last one. At first, it may feel like nothing is happening, like your efforts are too small to make a difference. But over time, the habits you've chosen to develop will accumulate and create momentum. Before you know it, what seemed impossible becomes your new reality. Change doesn't happen overnight, but with each passing day, you'll be moving closer to your goals. And that's the power of consistency. Look around you. The world is full of people who have transformed their lives, who've gone from uncertainty to success, from fear to confidence. And what's the difference between them and you? They made a decision. They made the choice to start. They made the choice to create habits that would take them where they wanted to go. And they kept moving forward even when things got hard. And you can do the same. Your story isn't over. It's just beginning. And today is the first chapter. If you want to change your life, start by changing your habits. Choose the actions that will propel you forward, no matter how small they seem. Understand that every choice you make today has the power to shape the person you become tomorrow. The habits you build now will not only define your future, but will also shape the way you see yourself. The more you show up for yourself, the more you'll believe in your own power. It starts with a single choice, a single habit. And that choice, that action, will set you on the path to a new life. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to start. Imagine waking up tomorrow and knowing that your habits are aligned with the life you want. Picture yourself moving through your day with purpose, knowing that each action you take is building the future you always dreamed of. This isn't a fantasy. It's a reality waiting for you to claim. The only thing standing between you and this version of yourself is the decision to act, to stop waiting for the right time, the right circumstances, or the right moment of inspiration. You can create this life today, but it starts with the small decisions you make, the habits you form, and the actions you take. You don't have to overhaul your entire life in one moment. In fact, trying to do that often leads to burnout and disappointment. What you need is a mindset shift. You need to understand that success isn't an event. It's a process. It's the small, consistent actions you take each day that will get you there. The truth is, you're already building your future with every choice you make. So the question is, what kind of future are you creating? What habits are you cultivating today that will define who you become tomorrow? The power of habits is that they don't require huge efforts to make a massive impact. You don't need to suddenly change everything about your life. You just need to commit to the process, to show up for yourself every day, even when it feels difficult. Every time you make a choice that moves you closer to your goals, you are laying another brick in the foundation of your success. And the more you commit to those choices, the more natural they become. What once felt like a challenge will eventually become your second nature. Think about it. The person you want to be is already inside of you. The only difference between where you are now and where you want to be is the habits you develop along the way. The most successful people aren't those who never fail or struggle. They're the ones who make progress each day, no matter how small. They're the ones who push through the discomfort, who stay consistent when others give up. And you can do the same. You have the power to turn your small, consistent actions into a massive transformation. This isn't about perfection. It's not about getting it right every time. It's about making the decision to show up even when it's hard. It's about committing to the process, understanding that even the smallest action compounds over time. It's about trusting that the effort you put in today will pay off tomorrow, even if you don't see the results immediately. The beauty of habits is that they are cumulative. Every choice you make today brings you one step closer to the person you want to be, even if it doesn't feel like it right now. The change you seek is already within your reach. It's not something that's far away or reserved for a special few. It's available to you right now, but it requires you to take action, to stop waiting for the perfect moment, to stop doubting yourself, and instead start trusting in the process of small, consistent efforts. The life you want is waiting for you to make it real, but it begins with your habits. It begins with your decision to show up for yourself every single day and build the life you deserve. So, what will you do today? What small habit will you commit to that will move you closer to your goals? Don't let another day pass without taking action. Your future self is counting on you. You don't have to do it all at once, but you must start. Every choice you make today, no matter how small, is a step forward. And those steps will lead you to the life you've always dreamed of. Now is your time. The truth is, every moment you spend doubting your abilities is a moment wasted. Every time you question whether or not you can succeed, you're taking your focus away from what really matters, your actions. You can spend years thinking about the life you want, wishing for it, hoping for it, but it won't come to you unless you decide to take action. The time to stop waiting for the right moment is now. You are the one who must create your future. And the only way to do that is through your habits. The habits you form today will determine who you become tomorrow. Imagine waking up every day with the certainty that you're moving closer to your dreams, that every habit you've committed to is building the future you desire. The person you want to be is within your reach, but that future is not something that will magically appear. It's something you have to create. It's the result of the decisions you make each and every day. The truth is, you already have everything you need to succeed. All that's left is to align your habits with your goals. Think about what you want, not the big picture, not the end result, but the feelings, the emotions, and the life you envision for yourself. Now understand this, those dreams are within your reach, but only if you start living them. Success isn't about waiting for an opportunity to knock on your door. It's about creating your own opportunity day after day with the habits you choose to build. Every small action you take, no matter how insignificant it may seem in the moment, is adding to the life you will live. Your habits are the engine driving your success. They're the force behind every breakthrough, every achievement, and every goal you reach. You can't afford to sit back and wait for change to happen. You are the change. You are the one who must show up and take action. The person who takes responsibility for their habits takes responsibility for their life. If you want a better future, you have to start now. If you want to be healthier, stronger, more successful, You must start today. And it doesn't take perfection. It doesn't take a complete overhaul of your life. It just takes small, consistent actions that align with your goals. The magic happens when you stop waiting for motivation and start showing up regardless of how you feel. The real change occurs when you stop letting fear dictate your decisions and instead act in spite of it. Every time you make a choice to continue, to push forward, even when it's hard, you reinforce the habits that will carry you to success. And over time, those habits will compound, building momentum and shaping your future. What once felt difficult will soon feel natural. What once seemed out of reach will become your reality. Success is not a result of luck or circumstance. It's the result of discipline. It's the result of making the right choices every day. Your habits will shape who you become. They will define your success or your failure. But here's the good news, you control them. You have the power to decide how you spend your time, where you focus your energy, and what actions you take each day. And when you take consistent, deliberate action toward your goals, you are setting yourself up for greatness. So don't wait for the perfect moment. Don't wait for motivation to strike. It won't come to you if you're not already moving. The first step toward your future starts with one small habit, one choice that leads to another and another. You are the architect of your life. The path to success is already in front of you. All you have to do is begin. Build those habits, take those steps, and watch your dreams unfold. You are capable of achieving everything you desire, but only if you act now. The time is now. The moment to start is right here. Make it count. Right now, you have the power to change your life. You have everything you need within you, but it all starts with your habits. The path to success isn't complicated. It's a series of small intentional actions that you take every day. It's the way you spend your time, the choices you make when nobody's watching, and the mindset you choose to embrace. It's about showing up for yourself, even when the results aren't immediate. You see, every day is an opportunity to shape your future. The person you want to be, the success you crave, is not something distant or unattainable. It's waiting for you to create it through the habits you build right now. Too many people wait for motivation to strike before they take action. But motivation is a fleeting feeling. It comes and goes. The key to lasting change is discipline, not motivation. Discipline means showing up every day, even when you don't feel like it, even when the path is hard, and even when the results aren't immediate. The truth is, you're not going to feel motivated every day, but you can choose to act regardless. And the more you choose to act, the more you'll see the power of your habits shaping your life in ways you never thought possible. You don't have to wait for the perfect moment to begin. The perfect moment doesn't exist. There's only now. The moment you decide to make a change is the moment everything begins. But it's up to you. The habits you form today, no matter how small, will compound over time and create the life you desire. Success doesn't come from giant leaps. It comes from the steady, consistent actions you take each day. It's the small, disciplined steps that lead to big transformations. Look at the world's most successful people. They didn't get where they are by waiting for the perfect circumstances. They got there by building daily habits that align with their goals, by taking consistent action even when it felt difficult, even when they didn't see instant results. They built their success by showing up every day, day after day. They chose to take action even when it felt uncomfortable. And so can you. The truth is, you don't need more time, more resources, or more knowledge. You need to make better choices with what you already have. You need to commit to the process, to trust that each step you take, no matter how small, is moving you closer to your goals. Your future is not determined by the circumstances around you. It's determined by the actions you take. And right now, you have the power to change the trajectory of your life. But it starts with one small decision: to show up for yourself, to commit to your goals, and to build the habits that will take you there. Your life is a result of the choices you've made. If you're not happy with where you are, it's not too late to make a change. You have the power to transform your future, one habit at a time. It's never too late to start. The time to act is now. Choose the habits that will build the life you want and commit to them every single day. Every choice you make today is a step toward your success. Don't wait for motivation. Don't wait for a better time. The time is now. The person you want to be is within your reach. All you have to do is take the first step. And when you do, you'll find that the power to change your life has always been within you. The key is in your habits. Every moment you waste is a moment you'll never get back. It's easy to fall into the trap of thinking there's always tomorrow, that you can always start next week or next month. But tomorrow is never guaranteed, and next week turns into next month faster than you realize. Your future is shaped by what you do today, right now. The person you want to become isn't a distant dream or an impossible fantasy. That person exists within you, just waiting to be unlocked by the choices you make. Every single decision you make, every habit you form, leads you one step closer to that person. You have everything you need right now to begin the transformation you've been waiting for, but it won't happen on its own. You must take action. Your dreams aren't out of reach. They're within you, quietly waiting to come alive. What's stopping them from becoming your reality is the habits you haven't yet developed. Success isn't a matter of luck. It's a matter of discipline. It's about taking consistent action, even when you don't feel like it, even when it feels hard, even when you don't see instant results. The people who achieve greatness aren't the ones who never fail, but the ones who keep going, who keep pushing forward one step at a time. And that's what you can do. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to keep moving. Success isn't about waiting for the perfect conditions. It's about showing up in the imperfect moments, taking action despite the obstacles, and choosing to believe in yourself even when the path feels uncertain. The world doesn't wait for anyone. It doesn't wait for you to get your life together, to get your habits right. It moves forward. And if you want to keep up, you have to move with it. You have to create the habits that will propel you forward even when you don't feel like it. You must act in spite of your doubts, your fears, and your insecurities. Those things will always be there. But you don't have to let them stop you. The habits you form today will shape the person you become tomorrow, but they won't form on their own. It's up to you to make the choices that align with your dreams. It's up to you to choose to wake up early, to push yourself, to take the extra step, even when you're tired, even when you're afraid, even when it's hard. No one is going to do it for you. No one can do it for you. The power to change your life lies within you. You have the strength to rise above your circumstances, to defy the odds, to take charge of your future. This is your time. Right now, today, you have the chance to turn things around. It doesn't matter where you've been or what you've done. What matters is what you do next. Every decision you make from this point forward can be the one that changes everything. Don't wait for the perfect conditions to start. Don't wait until you feel ready. The best time to begin is always now. Your habits will lead you to your success, but only if you commit to them every day, no matter what. The life you dream of is within your grasp, but you have to reach for it. You have to take the steps, even the small ones that will get you there. Stop waiting for motivation. Motivation will follow when you take action. Action creates momentum. Momentum creates change, and change creates the life you've always wanted. You have everything you need to succeed. The only thing left to do is start. Your habits will shape your destiny, and your destiny is waiting for you to claim it. Take the first step today and keep going, because the person you want to be is waiting for you to show up, and the time to show up is now. The reality is, your dreams aren't out of reach. They're already in motion, waiting for you to catch up. Every day, you're either getting closer to them or moving further away. The choice is yours. It's easy to feel like your dreams are impossible when you're standing still. But the moment you begin to take action, no matter how small, everything starts to change. That first step, that one choice to act today sends a ripple through your life that will carry you further than you ever imagined. Your dreams are not defined by what you hope for, but by what you are willing to work for. Your habits, the daily choices you make, will either bring them to life or bury them forever. You've been waiting for the right time, but the truth is there is no perfect moment. You'll never feel completely ready. You'll never have everything figured out, but that's the beauty of it. You don't need to have all the answers. You just need to start. The smallest actions, the tiniest steps are what build momentum. Once you begin, the momentum will carry you further than you thought possible. The secret is in the daily choices, in the moments where you decide to push forward, even when the path seems uncertain. Think about what you could achieve if you didn't wait for the perfect time to start. What could you create if you stopped putting off your goals, if you committed to showing up for yourself every single day? The road won't always be easy. There will be days when you feel like giving up, days when the progress is slow and the results are nowhere to be seen. But those are the days that matter the most. Those are the moments that separate the dreamers from the doers. Every time you show up, you are investing in your future. Every small action you take is a step closer to the person you want to become. This isn't about waiting for everything to align perfectly before you take action. It's about committing to the process, trusting that the small, consistent habits will pay off over time. The person you want to be is already within you. You don't need to wait for a miracle to transform your life. What you need is to decide right now that you're ready to put in the work. Success doesn't come to those who wait for it. It comes to those who create it. The world rewards those who show up, not those who wait for a sign. The power of habits is undeniable. It's not about one giant leap, but the small, consistent steps you take every single day. You don't have to do everything at once. You don't have to get it perfect, but you do have to start. That first step is where the magic happens. That's where the transformation begins. You'll look back in a year, in 2 years, and realize that the life you have now is a result of the decisions you made today. You'll be amazed at how far you've come and how much progress you've made simply by taking consistent action. You have everything you need to succeed. The power to change your life is within your hands. It's not in some far-off place or in the hands of someone else. It's within you. It's in the choices you make, the habits you form, and the decisions you make today. Don't wait for the perfect moment. There is no perfect moment. The only moment you have is now. And right now, you have the chance to start creating the life you've always dreamed of. You have the chance to begin building the future you deserve. All it takes is one decision to show up for yourself, to commit to the process, and to believe that your habits will lead you to success. Your dreams are not out of reach. They're waiting for you to take the first step. And when you do, everything will begin to shift. You've already been given everything you need to succeed. It's not a matter of waiting for the right moment, the right opportunity, or the right conditions. Everything you need is inside you. The only thing standing between you and your dreams is the daily decisions you make. Every choice, every habit either takes you closer to your goals or pushes you further away. It's that simple. There's no secret formula. There's no magic pill. There's just you and the choices you make every single day. Your success isn't defined by big moments or dramatic breakthroughs. It's the small, consistent actions that matter most. The late nights, the early mornings, the hours spent honing your craft even when no one is watching. Success is built in the quiet moments, the ones where you're choosing to push forward even when it feels like nothing is happening. The progress might be invisible now, but that doesn't mean it's not happening. Every habit you build, every choice you make is moving you closer to the life you want. Most people give up because they don't see immediate results. They take a few steps, then when the results don't come quickly, they fall back into old patterns. But you can do better. You don't need immediate gratification to know that you're on the right path. You don't need a trophy after every step to know that your actions are creating change. Change is happening every single time you show up, even if it doesn't look like it yet. This is the power of persistence. This is the power of your habits. The truth is, success takes time, it takes effort, it takes commitment, but more than anything, it takes consistency. And that's something you can control. You can control how you show up every day. You can control what you do, even when the world is telling you to quit. And the more you choose to act, the more momentum you'll build. The more you choose to show up, even when it's hard, the closer you'll get to where you want to be. It's the small, seemingly insignificant actions that create a life of greatness. It's not the grand gestures or the big leaps. It's the little things you do every day that make the biggest difference. Stop looking for shortcuts. Stop waiting for the perfect opportunity. There will never be a perfect time to start. The time is now. The work is now. Every moment you hesitate is a moment you're not using to move forward. The longer you wait, the harder it will become. The sooner you start, the sooner you'll see the power of your daily habits take root. Every decision counts, every choice, no matter how small, leads you in the direction of your dreams. So stop waiting for motivation. It doesn't show up when you want it to. It doesn't come knocking at your door. But discipline is always available. You can choose it. You can decide to be disciplined, to take action, and to build the life you want. And the best part, the more you show up, the easier it gets. The world is not going to hand you success. It's not going to hand you the life you want. You have to go out and create it. The key to everything you've ever wanted is inside your habits. The person you dream of becoming, they're just one habit away. Every choice you make today is building the foundation for the life you'll have tomorrow. The work you put in now, no matter how small, will determine your future. Don't wait for things to change. Change them yourself. Commit to your habits, commit to the process, and commit to showing up every single day. The success you're waiting for is already on its way. All you have to do is keep going, keep building, keep believing, because with every action, you're getting closer to the life you were meant to live. You don't need to wait for everything to fall into place before you take action. It's easy to believe that one day the stars will align and the perfect conditions will appear for you to start your journey. But the truth is, the only thing standing between where you are now and where you want to be is the decision to take the first step.